How we doing, everyone? How are we doing? Today is Friday, May the 21st, 2021. Just recording this video for our real estate lunch talk, where we look at trending topics within real estate and real estate investing, and articles that we think that would give people good information about what's going on currently and things to think about. So we come on here and just try to provide that information. Hopefully, if you do have a break at work, you'll take a look at this or at your leisure. We put these out every Monday afternoon and Friday afternoon. So you can look forward to them coming out, between 12 and 1 p.m. on social media. We'll post them. And ever if you follow us and subscribe to the YouTube channel, you will see us live on here at about, usually about 12, 12:30, somewhere in between there. And we don't stay on too long. We usually go maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour. And then if you have any questions and things like that, we'll try to answer them. If you post them in the comments, we'll get those answered for you. Or if you're looking for certain information, please send us a message, put a comment or something like that, and we'll get that answered for you. So today I just found within the last couple of days just two articles that, well, actually three, that I thought would be good information for people during this particular time. So we're going to jump into those. All these articles will be in the comments if you want to read them yourself. So this first article, here says that HUD commits $5 billion to end homelessness. So I thought that this was important, especially during this time of COVID. If you are someone being adversely affected by COVID, this could help you. Maybe some people going through situations and can use this information to get themselves some help. That's why we want to, bring this to you. So here it says the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Secretary Marsha Fudge, who was newly appointed, they allocated $5 billion in the American Rescue Plan for funds for emergency housing vouchers for individuals and families who are experiencing homelessness or at risk of homelessness. So there are a lot of people that are having difficulty paying their rent. I know some people have gone back to work, but there's still a lot of people out there that, are having some difficulty, and there's some money that has gone out to the different states and cities to help fight this. So the funding is allocated through the Emergency Housing Voucher Program. Through the Emergency Housing Voucher Program, it's providing 70,000 housing choice vouchers to local public housing authorities across the country to help Americans find and remain in housing. If you look at that article, you'll see that. And then I'm going into the links here, and I'm just going to, touch on Essex County. And, they have all of the counties in New Jersey. They have every state. So people can, if you are in another state and see this, or if you send it to people in other states, they can just go on and look at, their state. So you have things for people that are in domestic violence situations. There's about over $400,000. It says that for My Own Place, that is a part of the program, there's over $488,000 for that. Essex COL Permanent Supportive Housing, there's just under $190,000. Essex County's St. Clair's. So these are the different programs. They have just under $43,000 in Essex County North YMCA. FESH consolidation that has just under 485,000. So, I thought that this would be, like I said, good information for, if not for yourself, for people that you may know who, need some help right now, and you can reach out. There's different offices you can reach out to, and there's email addresses that you can find once you go into that link that I posted in the comments. So we want to make sure that, as many people as we can help and get them into the situation, into better situations based on what's going on right now. So, wanted to get that out, and hopefully that'll help somebody. If you can send that out, spread that on your social media, that would be appreciated, because you never know who to get to and who it could help. So let's see here. So the second article here is entitled "Homeownership Costs a Rude Awakening for Some Buyers." So it says here, a new report from Bankrate has found that more and more millennials are experiencing home buyers' remorse after purchasing what was thought to be that home of their dreams. The study found that nearly 2/3 of millennial home buyers have expressed some degree of regret. The survey found that the older the buyer, the less likely they were to have misgivings about their purchase after the fact. In all, 64% of millennial home buyers aged 25 to 40 have some regrets about their purchase, compared to just 30% of baby boomer buyers. Their ages 57 to 75. In the ever-tightening market, many buyers are jumping into situations that are less than ideal. As the study found, home buyer regrets primarily fell into two categories: financial and physical. One of the biggest regrets among recent home buyers was not being prepared for the maintenance and other costs associated with home ownership. More than 20% of millennial home buyers said they felt the cost of home ownership was too high, and that number jumped to 26% among younger millennials, ages 25 to 31. So these are the things that a lot of these first-time home buyers programs that they get younger people into don't tell you about. They don't cover this. A lot of times, from my experience, doing this years ago and going to first-time home buyers classes, they only talk to you about how you can get yourself qualified. They usually have a mortgage professional there, a credit professional there. They'll have the realtors there to talk to you about that side of purchasing a home. But those mortgage professionals a lot of times don't go into detail about all of the other expenses outside of just the mortgage that come with home ownership. And that's why a lot of times mortgage or financial institutions will let you go up over 40%, 45, even close to 50% of your income to qualify you for purchasing a house, where you should really probably be closer to about 30, probably at the most 40%, because of the other costs, maintenance for costs, repair costs. I mean, even if you're buying a brand new house, you never know what could happen. Accidents happen in homes. Just things could happen that if you're not prepared for it, if you don't have a certain budget and a certain savings, these things can put you in a very tight situation when it comes to making that monthly payment. So, this is a caution to, people that are, getting into maybe their first house. These are some of the things that you want to think about when getting, when you're thinking about buying. And then with the increased amount that you're having to purchase with these days, you're having to overbid. Our realtors really talking to you about that you're going to have to spend, an extra $25,000 to $50,000 to put in an offer. And that money may have been money that you could have used for savings, or for if something goes wrong. Now you're using that to purchase the house. And these are things that they don't talk to you about. And a lot of millennials who have, jumped into this particular market um, are experiencing some difficulty with that. And then obviously with the older buyers, they're probably more prepared. The baby boomers, they've been through this a couple of times, and they understand that, the costs that go with, purchasing a house, because they're older. But, I think it's a disservice that, a lot of financial institutions and mortgage reps and realtors, they really don't talk to their clients about that. From my experience, I don't know if that has changed, and I'm not trying to, say anything negative about mortgage people or mortgage reps or realtors, but a lot of times they really don't go into that detail where somebody can afford $2,500 a month. Well, then how much of that, what's the percentage of your overall income? If it's 50, 50% or close to 50% or slightly over 50%, you're putting yourself in a tight situation in case, something does happen. And, maybe nothing goes wrong in a new property within the first year. But what about year 2, year 3? Most people stay in their houses anywhere from 5 to 10 years. I think the average now is closer, it's probably more closer to 7 to 10 years. So what happens down the line? Are people putting that money away in case something, happens during that particular time? So I thought that this was a good information for, people who may be thinking about buying. If you, are, around my age and have children that are thinking about going into, buying a home, maybe they're graduating college and have graduated and been out of school and, are starting to think about purchasing a home. Maybe this is some good information that you can share with them, to maybe talk to their financial, their mortgage professional and their realtor about, and kind of get them, thinking about these things and making this a part of their buying decision, to know that, that these other costs and other expenses are out there. And not just when it comes to the home. I mean, we're talking about expenses. Maybe you have a car, if it's not under warranty still, if something happens with the car, if you have to buy tires, if you have to, take it in for a repair, where does that money come from? You have to make sure that you are budgeting for, those things. You could have outside medical expenses if something, God forbid, happens. If you have, if this person who's a millennial has a child, and, God forbid something happens, and then there's an extra expense for whatever reason. You have to think about some of these other things and have yourself budgeted accordingly in case they do come up. We never know, what's going to happen in life, but, not only the expenses associated with the house, but like I said, and some things that are outside of the house. And a lot of times, I know when I was young and a millennial, I wasn't really thinking about that. And like I said, when I went to these first-time home buyers as a realtor, no one was really talking about this stuff. So, hopefully this will be beneficial to people, and they will share that with millennials and other people who are looking to purchase, and have them, just be mindful of some of this other stuff that that could happen. So we'll put that in there as well. Let's see. Was there another one? I thought there was a third one I was looking at. Let's see. No, I think it was just those two. I thought there was a third article, but over the last few days, those are the two that I saw that I thought that we talk about. Um, lastly, if you are someone that owns rental property, We'd like to talk to you if you're frustrated landlord having some difficulty with the rentals, been in the rental space for a while and maybe don't want to deal with all of the day-to-day activities. We're really looking to speak to those people in regards to their properties and see if creating a note on the property may be something that interests that particular landlord. Recently, last night, we did a video in regards to the pros and cons of a rental property owner versus a note owner. You know, you can create seller financing, which is basically creating a note on the property and becoming the bank on it. And you may receive the same, if not more, cash flow as a note holder, as opposed to the rental property owner. So there were some pros and cons in both, and we just kind of put it out there to people, give them something to think about. Maybe it fits what it is that they'd like to do, you know, the lifestyle that they'd like to live, and, you know, getting the cash flow that they'd like to receive. And like I said, there were some pros and cons to both. But if you are somebody in that situation, landlord, or someone that owns a property, maybe you own it in another state, family-owned property, doesn't, you know, have a mortgage or a very low balance mortgage or something like that, maybe you want to consider doing seller financing, creating a note on that particular property. We are looking to speak to those individuals and just see if you know, that particular note strategy works for what it is that they're trying to do. So if you'd like to reach out, my telephone number is 973-475-8488. You can email me at acg@abundantcapitalgroup.com. Or you can reach out to me on social media, the Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Abundant Capital Group. You know, please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can. There's a bunch of videos on there in regards to real estate investing, how you can, you know, move money into a self-directed IRA we've been talking a lot about lately, to use it to invest and to take advantage of all the tax savings and have more control over your money. And then we've also talked about some of these note strategies and note investing on there as well. So this will be posted to the YouTube as well as those other social media outlets. So, you know, we'd like for people to get that information. And again, if you have questions, please post them or reach out and we will get those answered. Like I said, we're not here long, usually, you know, 20 minutes to a half hour. We try to make it quick and just give you some basic information and try to, you know, go over those trending topics and things that are going on in the market, just to help people, whether you're an investor or if you're a traditional buyer or seller. So, well, with that being said, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll be back on Monday. We will do one of these in the afternoon on Monday. And Monday evenings, we do talk about real estate note investing. We try to take a segment of the business and we try to focus on it. And we go live on Facebook as well as Instagram. If you want to look for us about 7:30 p.m. on Monday nights. And then on Thursday nights, we talk more about the self-directed IRA. You know, we try to take different parts of that and bring that information to you as well. So you can look for us on Monday, 7:30, and on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Okay, and like I said, if there's anything that you'd like to discuss or any suggestions that you have, please leave a comment, and we'll, you know, take that in consideration and try to cover it the next time that we go live. All right, everyone, have a great weekend. Be safe, and it should be nice this weekend, so enjoy yourselves. And we'll see you back on Monday. Have a good one.